Hello, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this Saturday. I want to tell you a little story concerning Balaam and his donkey or his ass. It's found in Numbers, the 22nd chapter, verses 28 through 31. And to give you a backdrop on the story of Balaam and his ass, or Balaam and his donkey, Balaam was considered a prophet back then, and uh, he was told by an evil king to go and curse uh, God's people. So he got on his donkey to curse and head toward the children of Israel. Along the way, the donkey started bucking Balaam against the wall. He was hurting his legs and stuff, and he started beating the donkey. And God touched the mouth of the donkey or the ass. And the donkey spoke. He said, "Look, man, haven't I been a good donkey to you? Haven't I let you ride on me all these years and went everywhere you wanted me to go? Done everything you wanted me to do?" And Balaam said, "Yeah." He said, "But you gonna keep running me into this wall and stuff and acting like a donkey, acting like an ass, and I need to know what the deal is because I'm about to ready to take this sword and kill you." And the donkey said, "Well, you trying to kill me? Why don't you look ahead and look at that angel of the Lord that's holding a sword, a flaming sword, about to kill both of us? Do you not see the presence of God in front of us? That's why I'm bucking you." And once Balaam saw the angel, he bowed down. Now, during this time, we find out later on that Balaam did entice the people of Israel to do things against God's will. But I want to say this to you today. If God can use an ass, if God could use a donkey, if God could use a jackass, what is your excuse? We are supposed to be God's greatest creation. We have two legs. The donkey or the ass has four legs. That means pretty much he's for outside. We are for inside. But we act sometimes like a donkey. We act like a jackass sometimes when it comes to doing what God tells us to do. It is a shame for God has to use a donkey to get our attention in his word. We are supposed to be the greatest of what all God made. But sometimes we know better than the donkey. We know better than the jackass because that's how we act. It is time that we do what God asks us to do. It is time that we act like we are God's greatest creation. We do a lot of stuff in our lives that don't make no sense. And you know it's not even right to do, but we do it anyway. That's a jackass. If you know something is wrong, you know it's something that God does not like or God does not approve of, and you go ahead and do it anyway, hoping that you ain't gonna get caught, hoping that God don't see you, and you know God is all knowing and all seeing, and you just hope you get lucky this time. No, God sees everything, and he's going to hold you accountable, even if he has to get a donkey to let you know. It is time that we do what's right in the eyes of God, that we can be able to help someone else. When are you going to be able to help someone else and not always getting assistance? Every time you look, you always call a 911. You're always the one that's got an emergency. It's time that you help someone else out of their emergency. When are you going to be strong? You're always the weak. God wants us to get in the place where we're supposed to be. It's our responsibility. God holds us accountable, not what you don't know. He holds you accountable for what you do know. And if you know to do right, he just will hold you accountable just for that. If he knows you ain't supposed to be lying, he will hold you accountable for not being a liar. It's simple. He does not hold it against you if you do not know. But if you do know, then guess what? He will hold you accountable. So let's do what we need to do in God to get what we need to get from God, to go where we need to go in God, to be blessed the way God wants to bless us. Blessings is yours. That's what he said. Do you want the blessings of the Lord? Or you just want half of your blessings? He always could give you so much and no more. No, I want all of my blessings. All of it. All that belongs to me in God's words, I want it all. And I want it now. Don't be a donkey in Numbers 22. Don't be like Balaam. Can't see God. He got to use a jackass to get your attention. What's your excuse? What's your excuse that you can't do what God asks you to do? You read it. Read the story. Numbers, the 22nd chapter. It's about Balaam and his jackass. But in this story, who really is the jackass?